Hello again. This is the second video for the modern physics presentation. I'm just going to walk you through the next few slides and give you a little bit of my own information. So we just finished talking about Albert Einstein and the photoelectric effect, the discovery that got him the Nobel Prize eventually. But let's just talk a little bit more about these photons that Albert Einstein actually came up with, whether he first coined that term. So among Einstein's experiments, or rather his theorizing, really, I don't know if I would call what he did experimenting. It was all, as you remember from learning about him last week, it was mostly Einstein just sitting and thinking and writing on paper. He didn't actually really work in a laboratory for his years when he was doing his major work. But anyway, Einstein quantifies light. That means he figures out that there is some numerical value associated with light. And he calls this light quanta a photon. A photon specifically, you can think of it like a particle of light, but more physically, it is a certain amount of energy that light is able to carry. That amount of light is equivalent to Planck's constant. Here's Max Planck and Einstein. Planck's constant is a number. You multiply that Planck's constant number by the frequency of light, and then you get the amount of energy that light photon contains. I promised we wouldn't do any problem solving. I'm just introducing the equation. We're not using it. I just wanted to throw it in there since it does, since it exists. Planck's constant, you might even remember using it in chemistry class, but we're not going to use it right now. In fact, we probably won't use it ever. But I just wanted to throw it in there. Next up, or rather on the next slide, I included another video of, a kind of a goofy, crazy science teacher kind of introducing what a photon is and what it means to be a photon. Give this one a watch. Like I just mentioned, the host is a little nutty, but he makes it entertaining. And next up, I just included properties of photons. You can look through this. I put a question about this in the exit ticket, should be no problem. But you can just take a look through this list about some of the major properties of photons. For example, these photons or light particles do not have mass. They travel at light speed. They're able to carry energy. Something else interesting is they're able to be created and destroyed, unlike total energy. Remember, light can be made. Light is energy, but a specific kind of energy. So it is possible to generate a photon and then let it be absorbed into as some other form of energy. This next slide is the last one for today. Yet again, another video. This is kind of a summary of everything up to this point about Einstein, his photoelectric effect, and how photons can demonstrate that all things in nature exhibit both a particle and a wave nature. The conclusion of this so far is that most of the physics we learn at this stage of your studies, high school, is an approximation of what's actually happening. Most of what we learn is Isaac Newton stuff, mechanics. That includes projectile motion. You throw a ball. It includes a study of forces like gravity and friction. It includes simple calculations of energy, mechanical energy, gravitational, kinetic. It studies momentum and how if something's moving, it can transfer that momentum into something. This is all Isaac Newton's study, and it works well and good for the large scale, macroscopic world we find ourselves in. But when you start to study things down towards the atomic level, things are very different. And that's what modern physics focuses on. That's why we're talking about photons right now. Again, photons, a particle of light interacting with the atom, electrons. We're at the very small scale here. So again, this video is only a few minutes long, but it's a nice quick summary reviewing everything up to this point. And when you're done watching it, as well as the one from our friend here, there is an exit ticket number 2 for you to try. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one.